Hey everybody, it's Nat C Jones here, and today I just want to ask you a question. Who do you think you are? Hmm, I wonder. Let's get into it. Okay, so a lot of you may not know, but me, like a lot of young women, when I was younger, when I was a teenager, when I was a young adult, I suffered from low self esteem. And it was such a stronghold over my mind. It was so hard to get out. It was so hard to get out from under the low self esteem that I thought I would feel that way about myself forever. So, what was the low self esteem really? What is low self esteem really? Low self esteem is really when, well, people define it different ways, but I define low self esteem as just really being ignorant about what your value is. It's assuming that you don't have the value that you intrinsically have. I believe that all human beings have intrinsic value. Unfortunately, some of us are exposed to people, to words, to environments that make it very difficult for us to see our value. And so, of course, as a young woman, my value was tied to the way I looked. I had to look a certain way, my body had to be a certain way, or the boys wouldn't like me. So when I was what was called a late bloomer, I didn't have the body of a woman until I literally became a woman. All of my friends were developed and they had all the curves that all the boys liked, and I was sitting there looking like a toothpick. I was cute, but I was a cute toothpick. That was challenging to deal with. Even as adults. Now, of course, I overcame that, as we often do, but as adults, we still deal with self-esteem issues because we value ourselves in different ways. So teenage girls are valued they are judged by boys and other girls about their bodies, about their looks, their face, whatever. You can have low self-esteem because of the way you perform. If you're an athlete, or if you want to be an athlete, or a pianist, or not a pianist, or a musician, whatever it is that you want to do, if your perception is that you have a low value, your self-esteem follows that perception. Here's the good news. Self-esteem is only a perception. It has nothing to do with your actual value. It literally is a vision problem. Okay, so if I was in a room filled with diamonds, but I had bad eyesight, it might just look like glass to me, right? So because my eyesight is poor, I'm not going to see the true value of what's surrounding me. It's the same thing for what's inside of you. If you do not have the right sight to know your own value and to perceive your own value, you're just not gonna know. A lot of times we're blessed when we have this poor sight called self-esteem issues to have people in our lives that have better sight than we do, and they're able to say to us, oh my gosh, look at how much value you have. Let me help you to see it. So I am here to be an optometrist. I hope that's the right word for an eye doctor. And let you know that you have so much value. Your self-esteem should not be low. Now, I know as adults, we don't necessarily call it low self-esteem. We may just sweep it under the rug and just say, I just don't think I can do it, or, I'm just busy, or we cover up our low self-esteem with excuses. So we don't necessarily call it low self-esteem. We just offer excuse after excuse after excuse about why we're not pursuing our dreams. We offer excuse after excuse about why we're putting up with things that we should not be putting up with in relationships. And whether you call it self-esteem issues or not, that's what it is. So, who do you think you are to believe that you are somebody? What is the name of that quote? I cannot remember the poem. When I do remember it, I'm going to put it in this video and you can look it up. It's going to be somewhere down here. But it talks about that who are you to believe that you can be fabulous, that you can be wonderful and all of these things, but actually who are you not to be? Not who are you to be, who are you not to be? So instead of automatically assuming that you are less than, why not decide to make the assumption that you're more than you think you are? Now, depending on what culture you grow up in, it's not encouraged to be haughty. It's not encouraged to be to think too much of yourself. You don't have to be arrogant. You do not have to be a pompous jerk to feel good about yourself. Me feeling good about myself has nothing to do with how I feel about other people. I take that back. Because I feel good about myself, I can feel good about other people. You don't want to have low self-esteem. You want to have a high self-esteem, okay? A high self-esteem does not mean that you think you're better than other people. A high self-esteem might actually just mean that you think you're better than other people think you are. Or you don't care what other people think. You love yourself. You value yourself highly. One of the benefits of having a high self-esteem and believing that you are somebody is that you don't allow yourself to be around anyone who mistreats you. You do not participate in any self-demeaning behaviors. You take care of yourself and you respect yourself and you expect other people to treat you the same way. I find it really hard to believe that someone has a high self-esteem. I don't care how arrogant they come across if they're constantly demeaning and putting down other people. That is not a high self-esteem. High self-esteem got a bad rap. It's not the same as being arrogant. It's not the same as being conceited. It's really valuing and loving yourself and then choosing to love others from that strength, from that place of strength, okay? So anytime someone wants you to believe that they have a good self-esteem and they love themselves, but they're always mistreating other people, please understand that they're faking the funk. They do not. You cannot love yourself and hate others. That's not how it works. Love starts here and it goes out. Whatever you have inside of you, it's going to come out. Have you ever eaten a lot of onions and garlic and stuff like that, and then you went and worked out and you worked up a good sweat and all of a sudden it's like, ooh, I smell onions and garlic. Because whatever you ate, it's going to come out. Whatever inside of you, it's going to come out. So if you have love inside of you for yourself, it's just going to ooze out on other people. So you want to have a high self-esteem and you want the other people in your life to have a high self-esteem as well and give you permission and the space to express your love for yourself, and you do the same for them. When it comes to relationships, who do you think you are? You should think you're someone who deserves to be loved without restraint. You should be someone who believes that you deserve to be respected. You should be someone who believes that you deserve attention and care. That's who you think you are. That's who you should think you are. And if you believe that about yourself, if you believe you deserve those relationships that are going to nurture your soul, that are going to tickle your fancy and are going to make you smile when so many other things can make you feel otherwise, stand in that. Don't let anyone, especially someone trying to pursue you romantically or in any way as a friend or as a professionally, if they are not coming with respect, if they are not coming treating you as the valuable person that you are to decline that offer. No, thank you. I don't need that date. No, thank you. I don't need that business. I don't care how much money you have. I am not going to allow anyone in my space that does not value and respect me. And if you make that decision today to have that boundary set up, your life will be much more fulfilled. You'll have a lot more happiness and peace and joy. Even if that means you have to be alone for a little while until you meet someone that's willing to treat you based on the value that you hold. So I hope this video was encouraging to you. I hope if you're in a relationship that does not honor you, that does not serve you, that does not allow you to be your best self, and is a relationship that is pulling you down or affecting you in a negative way, that you will leave that relationship today without delay. And if you are in a relationship, or you are approaching the possibility of a relationship that seems promising, that has the love, the care, the respect, and the attention that you need, I would pray that you would nurture and value that relationship, because it's a beautiful gift. I hope you received value from this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.